And so, good morning or good evening if you're joining us from Cambodia. My name is Jesse, and I am with Exploring by the Seat of Your Pants. We are kicking off another whole year of exploration and science. For those who don't know, we are all about bringing conservation, adventure, and science to classrooms around the world. This is our second hangout of 2019, so thanks to all of you for joining us live and for all of us online as well. Right now, we're joined by 7 classes from across North America, so I want to give them a chance to do a bit of a shout out. We've got Miss Mesks, grade 4-5s in Brooklyn, New York. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey, we've got Miss Stambaugh, grade 3s in Westwood, Kentucky. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Awesome. We've got Miss Johnston Davis's grade 6s in Oakville, and whoever else she can bring into the room. Now, holy. We've got Miss Parrish's grade 3-4s in Wallaceburg, Ontario. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi. We've got Miss Whaling's grade 3s in Hamilton, Ontario.
Hi.
We've got everyone today. We've got Miss McIntosh's grade 5s in Brampton, Ontario. Very Ontario heavy group today. I love it. Hi, guys. And then last but not least for now, we've got Miss Moran's grade 3s in Stewiacke, Nova Scotia in the east coast of Canada. Hi, guys. Wow, they like broke the mic. All right. Of course, the reason you guys are all here today is for our speakers. So we are joined live by Brianna Rowe and Lizzie from the, I'm failing already. They're joining us from Cambodia in a temple in the middle of the night to bring us information about how they are working with the Wildlife Conservation Society to protect the Cantor's giant soft-shell turtle. So without further ado, and without fumbling my English anymore, I'll turn it over to them. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies, and take it away.
Hi, everybody. So great for all of you to join us. Thank you so much for coming to Cambodia this morning for you, but as you can tell, it's pretty dark out. We are actually 12 hours into the future. It is Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. here in Cambodia. That's why it's pretty dark out. Also, we are in the middle of a turtle conservation center, which is in the middle of a temple in a town called Sambor, which is just off the Mekong River. And so let me tell you a little bit about how we got here. It all started about 10 months ago when I was at the Explorers Club, which is a club in New York City, and it's for people who love to explore. They join this club, they meet other members, and you plan expeditions together. And so in March, there was a big party, and I met a lot of different people, and one of them came up to me and said, let's plan an expedition to Cambodia. And so we gathered a team of 10 Explorers Club members over the course of the next few months, and each person had a different objective as to what they were going to do. And the plan was to head into Cambodia, and we would all meet on December 28th, and then we would drive up to the very top of Cambodia, and right where it hits the border with another country called Laos, and we would get in these inflatable boats. And each person had their own inflatable boat. There's 10 of us total. And we paddled down the Mekong River for 7 days. And we ended up here in Sambor, which is a town on the east, sort of middle east side of Cambodia. And so we paddled 130 kilometers. We stopped off at a few villages along the way. We slept over at one really small village, and each person was doing different things along the river. This area is pretty remote, and I was researching what student life is like, what kids' life is like along the river, and how it's different. And I'm reporting back on reachtheworld.org/journeys/Cambodia-expedition. So I'll get maybe Jesse to send out that link, but all of the articles from our journey are going to be on Reach the World site. And then we have different members doing different things. So we have another member who was testing the water quality to see how much plastics is in the water in these remote areas along the Mekong. We also had somebody who was doing ethnography research, which means she was studying how people live and how people are being impacted by modern things like tourism and ecotourism along the Mekong River. I was also taking a lot of videos and pictures, which I'll be sharing on Reach the World's blog as well. Now, what we're here to talk to you about today is one of my favorite projects along the Mekong River, which Lizzie is spearheading. And that is the Turtle Project. And so I'm gonna let her talk about the Turtle Project and what we did along the river. While we were going down the river, Lizzie was looking, and we all were helping her look for the turtles and for turtle nest sites. And we did that because we wanted to collect data points to see if the turtle exists on the river as we were paddling down the river. And I'll let Lizzie take it away because it was her project and we found some really cool stuff.
Thank you, Brianna. So we were studying a turtle that is called the Cantor softshell turtle, also known as the Asian giant softshell turtle. This turtle, if you put your arms out in a big circle and then make them a little bit bigger, it is that big. It is a large turtle, and it spends a lot of its time underneath the sand and in the water, about 95% of its time. So as you can imagine, it was very hard to find some of these nest sites and find evidence of the turtles. But we were working with the Wildlife Conservation Society to help them explore an area of the Mekong River that they have not yet been able to get up to, because it's that far northern piece that's up by Laos, where Brianna mentioned we put in our pack rafts. So we were looking along those banks of the rivers to see if we could see any of the turtles. Because it's sometimes hard to look at the side of the riverbank to look for a turtle nest at the same time as paddling down the river, still trying to stay straight in your pack raft while trying to keep up with the rest of the expedition team, we also thought it would be a really good idea to ask villagers that we saw and passed along the river if they have seen the turtles. So we had pictures that we would hold up. They're in the orange bag. And we'll show you those pictures. And we got those pictures from Chanti and Sitha, who work for the Wildlife Conservation Society in Cambodia. And you'll meet Chanti in just a little bit. And we would hold up the pictures and we would say, have you seen this turtle? And here are some pictures. Brianna's gonna show us some pictures. This is one picture we would hold up and say, have you seen this turtle? Depending where we were, our first person up near the Laos border said, yes, I think I bought one on the Mekong River and it's now in a pond at my house. Then the next group that we met when we went to the small village where Brianna mentioned, we asked them, have you seen this turtle? And they said 10 or 15 years ago, they saw the turtle, but they have not seen it in 10 or 15 years. So none of their children have seen it. It's no longer there. This is a younger turtle picture. So we asked them why did they think that they weren't seeing the turtle anymore? And they said, well, we used to hunt them and we would eat the turtle eggs or the baby turtles, and the big turtles we might sell for money. So we got information from them. They also told us that they're 30 kilometers in a different direction. They have seen lots of turtles, and it's because they were in a deep pool of cold water. And because we don't speak Khmer, which is the native language in Cambodia, we had them record on voice recording where that location is so that we can share that with the Wildlife Conservation Society. So then they can go to that area and try and find the turtles and help protect them.
So what do you think? Do you guys think they're cute?
We can ask some classes if you'd like if we think they're cute. Right off the bat, let's go to Miss Mess class. What do you think?
What do you guys think? Is it cute?
Yeah!
No?
Very, very enthusiastic on both sides there. Awesome. How about Miss Johnston Davis's class? What do you think? Cute? Or I think they're cute for what it's worth. Very cute.
I think they're adorable, and I've been trying to convince the whole team that they are just the cutest turtles ever. So a little bit about why I also think they're cute and why I love turtles is when I was in high school, I fell in love with sea turtles and had an opportunity to go and do research on sea turtles where we would tag the sea turtles and put them back into the water in the ocean and then follow them around on a kayak and take a GPS coordinate. So we would plot where they were going in the water so that we could see their migration patterns, see how the turtles were moving in the water and where they were going. So when this expedition came around and there was an opportunity to canoe, pack raft down the Mekong River, and I knew that there were turtles here, I kind of thought this would be a great project to get back to my roots with the turtles of, again, kayaking behind some of the turtles. So it's been very exciting for me. We finally, also in the village, we shared with the villagers a journal. So the Wildlife Conservation Society has created some education resources to share with the local Cambodians. And this is one of their resources. There is the picture of the beautiful turtle on the front. And it says here the Asian giant softshell turtle. And then this is the scientific name. And then up here, it has the same thing in Khmer, which you can tell is not something that we might recognize how to read, but it is a beautiful language. And then as you open the booklet, it tells all the information about the turtle. So it will tell where they live, what they look like, what is their breeding season. And then on the next page, it talks about the conservation that is happening and the turtles that they released back into the water and all the community members that helped. So if you look in this picture, that's when they released all of the turtles, and there's so many community members that have helped to conserve this turtle. And then it turns into just a journal. And on each page, there is a turtle in the background so that you will always be reminded about the turtle as you're maybe doing your math work or doing some reading and writing, always doing your work thinking about the turtle. So we took these journals and shared them with the village, and they loved them. And they were so grateful to have the journals to write with and also to learn more about the turtles. So from there, we ended up pack rafting further down the Mekong River. And as Brianna mentioned, we ended up here in Sambor. And when we got here is when we met Chanti, who is the program coordinator for the Mekong Turtle Project. And this is Chanti.
And here, we'll try to get some lights. Another really cool thing is there a few of the monk boys are here as well. So I'll try to introduce everybody. You guys want to come up? Want to say hi? Want to go say hi?
Yeah, bring everyone in.
Come on in.
The party, guys.
Hi.
Can you see this?
This way? Aha.
You can see it?
Yeah, it's great.
Great. So these boys are studying to be monks, and they live right next to the Turtle Center here because community-based conservation is a big thing here in Cambodia, and it's incorporating the community in conservation efforts. And so that's why this the temple and the turtle center are right next to each other. Do you guys want to say hello to the camera? How old are you guys? 13. They're 13 years old. So that's probably the same age as some of you guys. Thank you. Do you guys like turtles? They love them. They love the turtles.
Awesome.
Great.
Awesome.
Well, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
And so, you want to introduce a little bit more about what you learned?
Yeah.
Lizzie?
So Chanti this morning took us out to see some turtle nests. So Chanti is working to protect and educate, protect the turtles and educate the Cambodians about the turtles and how to conserve them. And so we got the opportunity to go out on the river and find where they've been protecting nests. So Chanti, how many nests have you guys protected this year so far?
This year we have 12 nests and around 200 each.
So each nest has how many eggs in each nest?
Around 30 to 40.
And the eggs, can you show us how big the eggs are with your hand? So the size of the eggs, are they like a golf ball, a chicken egg, smaller?
Yes. Small and chicken each.
So they're pretty small. They're almost the size of a golf ball. And how can you tell if a turtle has been up on the sand? What will we see on the sand?
Just some details.
Yeah, so from the boat, Chanti and one of the rangers saw some tracks of the stomach of the turtle, the plastron, and the markings from their claws. So they see the trail of the turtle going up on the beach, and that's how they know to go onto the beach and see if there are any nests at that site. So the Wildlife Conservation Society has some other people that also help them to protect the nests. Would you tell us about how many rangers you have?
Now we have 10 rangers, and we have five team of ranger, and one team we have 2 people, and we select from the fishermen for the conservation, and then now they happy to join with us, and they happy to conservation of all the turtle in Cambodia.
So the rangers are really interesting because they're the ones who have all the skills to really find the turtle nests and see the turtles, because they used to go out and go fishing and hunting for the turtles, and then they realized they had this wonderful skill of finding the nests. So Chanti and his team have convinced them that it's better to protect the turtles, and now they go out every 3 days and they look for turtle nesting sites. And when they find them, they take them from one location and move them to a more secure location where only the ranger knows where the turtle eggs are. And it takes 57 days, about 57 days for the eggs to hatch. And then once the eggs hatch, where do the eggs go? Where do the baby hatchlings go?
We move the hatchling to the ranger house and take around 1 week before we release them to the river.
So they want to make sure the turtles are strong enough to survive once they get into the river, to have them have the best chance of survival and living a nice long life.
We have a great video maybe that we could show. Does that work if we do a screen share?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, there's a great video taken from this morning. Let's see. And can you guys see my screen here?
Yep.
This would be
Yes.
this one.
So this is the video of one of the rangers. The ranger is in the yellow and brown shirt.
Okay, so we're gonna. Oh, his name?
Oh, his name is Cantor.
Okay, this is Kong Terry in his area of the Mekong that he's preserving the little baby turtles. He's showing us one of the nest sites.
You just tell us what's happening, Lizzie.
So right now,
Hold on, start again.
Right now he knows that there's eggs underneath here because he's seen this nest site before. So he's digging to see if the eggs are still there. He's using his stick to find out where the eggs are. Look for air spaces and holes. So he's making a wider bit around the nest to see if there's eggs. Maybe the eggs moved underneath the sand. Probably not. But he's trying to find them again.
You can tell how hard it is to find eggs.
So the turtles, when they go to nest, they nest in the dry season when there's no rain, and they come up on shore and they look at different beaches to decide if it's a good beach to nest on or not. And when they decide it's a good one, then they lay their eggs in the sand. After they lay their eggs, they cover it back up with sand, and then they go back into the water. There's an egg. So here we're seeing the egg. There looks like so far 2 eggs. Oh, maybe 3 eggs. So he's very carefully taking the sand out so that he doesn't hurt the eggs. Oh, looks like we've got 4, 5, at least 5 eggs.
Pretty much goes on like that.
So with these eggs, do you leave them here?
Yeah. So let's see. Can I get out of this? Stop sharing. Let's see. Did you guys see the eggs?
You're back. Yeah.
Now, do we want to see some real turtles?
I think we do. I think.
Yeah.
What do you think, classes? Hands up if you want to see some real turtles.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great. So it is very dark here in Cambodia, and so we're going to use the lights and go really slowly, and I'm going to need your help to let me know if you guys can see the turtles. We have a whole group of monk boys here to help us, so we are going to first we'll meet. Why don't we sort of get up and
We'll meet Sana.
we'll meet Sana, and why don't
So we're in the Mekong Turtle Conservation Center, and this is Sanal, who is the manager of the center, and it is a community-led center.
Okay, so hello everyone. Okay.
so can you take
Can you
it?
see me?
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Nice to see you. So this is some information on the wall or the Mekong Turtle Conservation Center. This is some information of the Mekong Turtle Conservation Center. The been start was building the center. and it was open also since 2011.
Okay.
Okay, some there. That is the community found the nest for protect them and teaching program to the school about the conservation project there.
So that's the community education. Cool. And we'll send you guys photos of this so that you guys can read what everything says, okay?
Okay. That is the winner talk about the present, the threat or the species from the nature and from the people and fishermen catch them.
Fishermen and humans are the biggest threat.
Okay, that is talk about the biology of the species. They living in natural and they living in Cambodia as well, and the population of the nest and the baby depend upon them, and then release them back.
They were extinct.
So this also shows here there's a piece about the population of the turtles, and these turtles were thought to be extinct until 2007 when they found 3 nests that had 87 hatchlings. So in 2007, they rediscovered the softshell turtle, and then since then, they have been protecting, and the numbers here from 2007 and 2008, they found 3 nests. Then 2008 and 9, they found 9 nests, and the numbers keep increasing. And in 2012 and 13, they found 83 nests. So the 12 nests that Chanti was talking about so far were just the nests that they have found in December, and they nest all the way through March. So there still are hopefully going to be a lot more turtle nests this year.
Great. Now, can we see one of these turtles? I see them swimming around here. Can one of you boys come help hold the light? Or do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
So these turtles are not the giant soft shell turtle. This is a hard shell turtle. There are around 16 different turtle and tortoise species in Cambodia. And here at the Conservation Center, they educate about all the different species. So our project was just on the giant soft shell turtle, but they have lots of different turtles here.
Pretty cool. These ones are cute.
So some are big, some are small. That one's swimming. All right. Did we see them okay?
We did. They're great.
Great.
Awesome.
Great. Now, I think we're going to go. Oh, here's some more species of turtles.
They didn't species out of Cambodia.
How many total? There's 18 species?
14.
14 species
14.
of turtle in Cambodia.
And 2 softshell. 2 species out of softshell.
2 are soft shell.
Yeah.
This is the one that Lizzie was looking for, that we were looking for on the river.
And that is the Cantor giant softshell turtle. They living only the area in Cambodia at the Camouflage province up to Sunrise province, not over there.
Yes, so this turtle where they've been found is just between 2 provinces in Cambodia that are they about 50 kilometers apart? Maybe along the river? 48 kilometers. And we just pack rafted 130. So we were a little bit above, trying to see if there were any nests and any turtles above where they've been seen. So shall we see some hatchlings?
Okay, so this is going to be the really fun part. We're going to see the baby turtles.
Oh, we're going to see a medium one first.
Oh, we're going to see the medium-sized turtle. I think it's still a baby turtle because they get very giant.
And this turtle is 1 year old.
Let's see. So,
Is that right?
can you? Yeah. Oh, so, yeah. You guys can
So,
see.
As you're looking,
It's
you might
so hard
see
to find.
just sand, and then The turtle appears. Okay, those are my lights.
Yeah. Pull them away a little bit, actually.
The lights.
You guys see him? He's soft. He's got a soft shell.
Yeah. Cool.
Great.
Oh, did you see his head go in? And now it comes back out. Now let's watch as he goes back into the sand. And poof, he's gone. So these are expert camouflagers. When you look down there, you can hardly see them at all. And we're walking over to another tank. And in this tank, there are turtles that are about, how old are the turtles in this tank?
This 8
Oh, you guys see any? There's one.
Aha,
Oh, there's two.
There's two there.
These are tiny. How old are these?
This 8 months.
8 months.
8-month-old turtles.
8 months old.
These look a little more soft than the one we just saw.
Still baby. They get to be very big. How big do they get?
50 kilo.
50 kilo. Up to
2 meters long.
2 meters, up to 50 kilos. I know our Canadian schools know those numbers. Our American schools will have to do the translation.
And
That is huge.
And they can live for, how long can they live?
Between 100 to 200 years old.
100 to 200 years old. That is very old.
It's the first giant softshell turtle have been the main conservation project. The first species.
You guys had the first?
It's the first species that we call them giant softshell. You know, giant
Giant
softshell.
soft shell. Yeah, because they're giant.
Yeah.
So maybe we could sit back down and is it time for Q&A?
That would be great. Yeah.
All right, we'll get our lighting scheme back up.
We'll get everybody in here.
Cool. All right. As you guys are doing that, I just want to note for the classes, we've got 7 groups watching online too. So if you're watching on YouTube Live, you can write a question in the chat bar and I'll pass it along to the team in Cambodia. So please do that. Thanks so much, guys. That was an amazing presentation. And I will pass along Reach the World, all the information about the Cambodia expedition, logs, pictures, videos to all the classes when we're done. So you guys can look forward to that. But yeah, let's start with Miss Mess's class. If you guys want to kick us off with a question, go right ahead.
Sorry. Yes, do you guys want to start? Does somebody want to ask a question? Yes. All right, you have to use your level 4 voice. Jonathan, nice and loud. You want us to come back to you? Yeah. All right. All right. So let's have Gabia. Go ahead.
Why did people, like scientists, think the softshell turtle was extinct?
Good question.
So why did we think that the softshell turtle was extinct? Is it because we didn't see any?
We think the turtle is in Cambodia in 2007, but until
I don't understand.
So we thought they were all gone, and then in 2007, you refound turtles in Cambodia. So why do you think they were all gone before that? Was it because
we did not see?
So they didn't see any turtles, which is why they thought they were all extinct.
And when did the turtle project start?
In 2007.
Yeah.
And
And so right away when they discovered those hatchlings, they launched a project at the Wildlife Conservation Society to look for more and to make sure that we can now conserve this small species. So a ton of work went into making sure that those 3 hatchling nests that they found were going to grow and grow and grow into a sustainable number of turtles.
Outstanding. And from the sounds of things, with the amount of nests you guys have found in the last 2 years, it's working. So good job. All right, let's go to Miss Stambaugh's class. If you guys have a question, come on up. Now your mic seems to be muted in a way where I can't demute it. So you just, for Miss Stambaugh, if you just go to the, there you go, you're good.
Okay. Pash, did you have a question? Okay, tell us your question.
What is the life cycle of the giant soft shell turtle?
The life cycle of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good question.
So the female turtle will lay the eggs in the sand, and it takes about 57 days for those eggs to hatch. And then the baby hatchlings, the turtles we just saw from the tank, they'll go out into the water and continue to grow. And then how old are the turtles when they can lay eggs?
A week.
A week? When
Between 6 to 7 years old.
Okay, so at 6 to 7 years old, then the turtles can lay their own eggs.
Excellent, guys. Do we know when they get to be full size too? Like when do they get to be their maximum, or do they keep growing their whole lives?
Yeah.
They always get bigger?
They keep growing their whole lives, or what's full grown? Adult, how many years?
I know much about this, but I think between 30 until 58.
Okay.
38 years old?
Years old. Yeah.
That's when they're full size?
About, not 58, about 30 until the 50.
50?
Yeah, 50 years old.
So between 38 and 50 years old is when they reach full size.
But it's not much because by the region they live in also.
It depends on the region?
By the place they live in, it's good for them to grow fast. And
If they're in it depends on their environment, how well they can reach full size.
Yeah, very cool. For what it's worth for the classes, it's worth noting that that's a really amazing amount of knowledge about an animal that we thought was extinct as early as 12 years ago. So that's really cool, guys. All right, Miss Johnston Davis's class. If you guys have a question, come on up.
Go ahead. You have to go over there. You have to go near the mic.
She's coming.
Go ahead.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Okay,
Go. Just be like,
go right.
For how many years was the softshell turtle thought to be extinct?
Great question. How many years did we not see the turtle before 2007?
But for me, I think about before 20 years ago, I always see them when I have younger, see them in the nature. After 10 years, doesn't see them until between 2000 until 2007. We know the conservation project research that species.
And that's similar to what the villagers told us also. So about 10 years or so, 7 to 10 years is when they did not see them.
And this is kind of why research is so cool and why we need more research, because we don't really know the answer to that question. And the only way to find out is to ask people what they saw and what they know, people who live around here. And that's how you guys collect a lot of the data, and how we've been collecting data along the river, and we're going to share that data with the Wildlife Conservation Society. And that will go into a bigger pool of knowledge for us to be able to better answer those questions. Because even if you look up the turtle online, there's not a lot of answers about this specific turtle because there's not a lot of research on it.
Very cool, and that's great. It touches upon something that we get in almost every one of our presentations, which is how collaborative science is, how many people it takes to make research happen. So thank you for coming to that, guys, and great question. All right, Miss Parrish's class, if you guys have a question, come on up.
Questions, Amy.
How do the turtles survive?
Did you hear that? Amy would like to know, how do the turtles survive in their natural habitat?
Dan?
Yeah, so the turtles, they live in the water and in the sand, and they spend about 95% of their life either under sand or underwater. And their necks, did you see their neck, how it came out and back in when we saw the baby turtles? So that is how they eat their food. So even though we can't see them underneath the sand, they have a little bit of their eyes and their nose that are coming up out of the sand. And then as a fish swims by, they go yoink. And then, and then they will eat the fish. Is there any other ways they survive? How they survive in their habitat?
I think one thing is that they were very threatened, which is why there's not a whole lot of them left. And that's because people like to eat them. And because like every turtle species, a lot of them don't survive when they first hatch. Most turtle species have really only a few that make it to full size. And so that's what we're trying to do here at the Conservation Center, or what you guys are doing here in Cambodia, is making sure that the little ones actually, so that all of them survive. And that's why we send them to the ranger's home. That's why we make sure that, that their nests are protected from predators, animals and humans who want to eat them. And so I think they need a lot of help in terms of how to survive. So it's a good question.
And one of the other things that they are somewhat lucky to have is their natural camouflage. So their color was pretty much the same color as the sand. So when they go bury themselves into the sand, they're very hard to see. So that's good for them, so that maybe people, it will be harder for people to find them, and hopefully harder for hawks or snakes or other animals to find them as well.
Very cool, guys. All right, I just want to note too, if anyone's watching on YouTube, you can pass on questions. Like, don't be nervous, please do. We will pass them on. But let's go to Miss Whaley's class first and take you to Hamilton. Go right ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, great.
So we have a student here who actually, we have a few students that grew up in Cambodia. Cool. And so we have Sokita, who's going to come and ask a question. She's going to try to remember as much of Khmer as she can. So come. Can they see you?
So, not clear. Why not going to talk to? I'm going to talk in Cambodia.
Yeah.
So, Mancham to sat Toronang we no Ruha. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Don't
be nervous.
Much nam or
Yeah. Can you translate for us?
So the turtle can live like near 100
years.
So,
100. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. That was great. And kudos to you for doing that. That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for answering back in Khmer too. Awesome. Beautiful, guys. That was great. All right. Let's go to Miss McIntosh's class. If you guys have a question, come on up.
How does a soft-shell turtle defend itself against predators?
How does the turtle fight predators? How does it protect itself?
So with
I think
the predators, can we show them that? So they have some beautiful artwork.
Come take a look at what the predators are. You guys see this?
Yeah.
So here is a
lizard. You guys see it?
Yep.
A monitor.
A monitor. Monitor. It's a type of lizard, right?
Yes. It's in the lizard family. Oh, go up a little.
Yeah, that one.
So in this picture, the monitor looks like they are trying to eat the hatchlings, the eggs. And then as we move here.
Pie. Bird.
Oh, a kite?
Yeah, the kite.
A kite, which is a bird of prey, is getting the hatchlings on their way into the river. Up here, a fish. There's a fish that's eating a hatchling in the water. And then over here is a snake who's also trying to eat some of the eggs with the hatchling in it. So as you can see, the hatchlings
There's a lot more.
have some trouble. It's the hardest part of their life cycle is trying to get into the water safely so that they can survive in the water. And then these pictures they have, this one is of a ranger protecting the nest.
No,
it's a human eating.
The
Right. We're still on
human
threats.
collect the egg.
Human collect. It's still threats. Yeah. This one too. This one, fishermen, fishing nets.
Fishing line, fishing hook, like them.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that.
Bring them to sell.
Now this is the illegal wildlife trade. So this is just selling the turtles.
Yeah, the sell to the
And so who buys turtles? Why are people buying turtles?
What to eat?
To eat?
Yeah, what to eat, what make the food.
Make food. Okay, and then the final threat. Can you guess what this one is?
To make medicine.
To make medicine.
Medicine, yes. That like Chinese medicine.
So there's a lot of
dangerous.
Yeah, a lot of belief that the turtles have medicinal qualities that can be used on humans, and so they can sell they sell turtles for that purpose. So those are. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more.
There's during the baby hatchling, they run some wrong way.
Oh,
some right way in nature.
Yeah. So another big threat is when the turtles they are supposed to go into the water, but when they start going the opposite direction, and a lot of that can be caused from light pollution. So if lights look like the moon, then turtles will start to crawl towards that light. But they really need to be crawling towards the water. And so this is another threat is when the turtles go the wrong way and they don't make it to the water. So those are the main ways that they're threatened. And as you can tell, most of it is while they're still a baby, while they're still young. And so that's why we try to preserve them while they're still young.
So Sanal's going to tell us how they protect themselves. Now that we know all their threats, how do they protect themselves?
Especially they have the habit always hiding in the sun. So they hiding carefully the shell. They wet hand the face for the food and they protect them from another animal for they eat them also. Especially they don't like the noisy. They like not noisy. They always stay in the sun like that. Especially the deep water as well.
So they love to be in the deep water where it's harder for other animals to get them and harder for humans to find them. And they also bury themselves underneath the sand, again, so it's harder for humans and animals to find them, which is why I like to call them expert camouflagers.
Outstanding, guys. All right, we have time for one last question from a class before we wrap up. So let's do our final class, which is Miss Morin's group. If you guys have a question, when my mouse decides it wants to work again, I'll demute your mic. There we go.
Why do soft-shell turtles have soft shells?
Great question.
Great question.
So especially we call them softshell because this normally when they burn similar that frog softshell like that we call like the people with the burn how the side people they like skin, bone here. That is the kind of the animal softshell like that.
So it seems to be just the way that they have evolved. So you may have noticed when we saw the turtle, the middle of it, if this was its back, sort of the middle of it kind of looked like a spine, and then it got a little bit lighter as it went out towards the edge of the turtle. When you hold it, that part is more soft than it is in the middle, but that's part of evolution of how the turtles have evolved over time and just the features they were given.
And these turtles spend the majority of their time buried under the sand, whereas other turtles spend a lot of their time up on land where they need that hard shell to protect themselves from predators. But it looks like the major predator to the soft-shell turtle is really humans. And so before, I'm sure having a soft shell was a very strong adaptive quality that helped them burrow under the sands and live there for a long time.
Yeah. Outstanding, guys. I wish we had time for more questions, but we're running out. So for ladies, is there a way through Reach the World that classes could pass along questions to you guys if they had any more afterwards? Yes.
Yes, definitely. We can, what's the best way of doing that? The best way of doing that is probably to send a question to me specifically. Right. So that would be at Brianna@reachtheworld.org. So that's BRIANNA @reachtheworld.org. Thanks, guys. And you can send me any questions, and I'm no longer paddling down the river, so I have internet and can answer any questions here.
Awesome. I also want to note to our classes, I know many of you will be out of school at that time, but I think it's either tomorrow or in a couple of days, the team is going to be showing us Angkor Wat at sunrise, which is one of the most beautiful and iconic sites in the entire world in Cambodia. So if you get a chance to watch that on YouTube, please do. Now, before we wrap up, guys, you may know we demute the mic of every single classroom. So for every class, if you guys could get ready, boys and girls, to join me in saying a huge thank you to the entire team in Cambodia. So Miss Mess class, Miss Starnballs, Miss Johnston Davis, Parrish, Whaling, McIntosh. Go right ahead, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Awesome. Everyone, that was amazing. Thanks for joining us in the middle of the night there and for showing us all that you do. It was a marvelous hangout, and we hope to have you back very, very soon. Okay, guys?
Okay, thank you so much.